Morning,
Sandusky!
Good morning, everybody. And for here and at home, we are live at Riptide 2022 in Sandusky, Ohio. My name's Devvy. I'm joined by Saf here, and we are starting to finally get ready to go with round one of the day here.
Super excited to be here today, Devvy. It's a really nice day here in Sandusky, and we're really looking forward to some good matches today.
Yes. There's been so many familiar faces. Again, being here is just a fantastic thing. Weather's great. Everyone's ready to go. And first map modes coming up here with the teams we have. We should probably actually introduce the teams. You know, that's kind of important.
Who's playing today, Devvy?
We've got the Powerpuff Squids and Salted Fiction. And this is Powerpuff Squids 1. There are 2 Powerpuff Squids.
So, Devvy, do I need to see the first Powerpuff Squids to understand what's happening in the second Powerpuff Squids?
I couldn't tell you, in all honesty. I've only seen the one, so this is Powerpuff Squids number 1, okay? So, yeah, anywho, we've got Salted Fiction and Powerpuff Squids. Salted Fiction consisting of Nick, Soren, 17 rats, question, and and Splat Smash. Meanwhile, Powerpuff Squids is Mothman, Miss Popgun, Lappy, and Squeak.
Super exciting. Everybody's getting into the lobby and getting ready to go here just in a couple minutes.
I'm sure. Now, here's the dealio, right? We're immediately going from 3 into 2. And you know what? This is our send-off. We got to give it as much hype as possible. This is our final goodbye to Splat 2. And we are getting ready to roll. Players are ready. We can hear the start going. We just have to hear.
We can hear the game, but we cannot see the game.
Yes, we're just figuring some last few things out as a test. But anywho, while they figure some things out, let's talk about the round here. So the rounds are best of 5. It looks like we are going to be starting with Splat Zones, Anchovy Games, followed by Tower Inkblot, Rainmaker Manta, Clamblitz Humpback, Splat Zones Reef. So popular map modes, starting off really spicy. Like these are what I like to call the spicy map modes. That you see consistently here. So yeah, Splat Zone's Anchovy, and going by the what we see here is I know there's some anchors present, and I know I'm definitely happy. Mothman found me in the hallway coming here. It's like, yeah, fellow Hydra fan. we like to show that support.
Splat Zone's Anchovy too. Very, very fun map mode combo to play, but also difficult, especially if you are, I feel like, on the back line and if you're using a Booyah Bomb on the back line, because you really got to watch out for those signs. Yeah. Really got to watch out for those fan signs.
Those pesky fans. So if Remix does come out here, if they're ever playing behind the window on the left side, just being aware of that sign. If a Dynamo happens to come out, I don't think we will see that, though. It's just there, but mostly the Booyah Bomb weapons that we could potentially see are usually mid to front, and the one back line does play rather aggressive nowadays that has it. So the sign shouldn't be too much of an issue unless if they're pushed back and it's kind of a counter, then yes, the classic sign.
It's all about trying to get in at the right moment too, busting in through the left side, and or especially if your front and like that drop area is blocked off, and trying to make sure that you can actually get in there effectively, and making sure that you can like see where your flanks are and watching your flanks. Because it can be difficult, like once somebody knows where you're at and what you're trying to do, and then they can just shut you down right away.
And this map has a lot of good counterplay coming into it as well. So you can see, like, what is it? These teams, like the one being more of a pickup for sure. You can see the synergy from before. I was watching Powerpuff Squids scrim, actually. It's pretty good. Yo, the Explo. Heck yeah. Let's go, Mothman. Bringing out the Explo. We also see the Brush coming in on the other side with Ninja Squid and Stealth. So we'll see what happens here as the neutral play. Baller is already ready to go. And it looks like currently Powerpuff Squids does have the cap. The brush here just looking to be a distraction on the side. Look at the Baller going in for safety.
Oh.
Armor out on the other side, just coming in. Isn't able to get that pick. Squeak able to finish it off, but Soren coming in with the Inkjet. Looking to see if you can see anything else. Does get the pick on the wall! And a teammate follows up for the one on zone. They should be able to cap this, but Bubbles coming in from the other side. So for what a nice special push here by Salted Fiction.
And you have Salted Fiction now taking in onto the zone, and you have missiles ready on the side of Powerpuff Squids, kind of looking to see where the optimal point is using that. Nice pick by Soren happening with the Nautilus there, and you have Inkjet also ready. 3 specials ready on the side of Powerpuff Squids, kind of looking to see where they can bust in here and where they can kind of use those effectively. And then you have Baller coming in into the spawn. This brush, 17 rats coming in with their Baller at the most optimal time, either as a distraction or either as a distraction.
That is you can 100% know the name, and this is Neebles as 17 Raps looking to cause some havoc here, but Powerpuff Squids able to come back in with specials, getting the zone, and now they're looking to try to maybe push members of Salted Fiction back. You can see Lappy here throwing bombs, another one off the fan here. You can see Mothman exploshing over, just holding back the amount of stall that the Explosher can do. It looks like Lappy is up on the plat right now. Soren looking for a way and has that Inkjet. Missiles are out. Here comes the Inkjet. It looks like the counter's coming in. Miss Popgun going down on zone, applying that extra ink. Baller coming in. This should be close to cap for Salted Fiction, but Squeak here is just holding it forward. There's the cap finally as Lappy is picked off on the side.
And you could see too a little bit there that Powerpuff Squids kind of fanned out a little bit when they had that zone there for that couple of seconds. They were able to kind of fan out and kind of look and see where is Salted Fiction trying to come back into the map. And now you have Soren getting a really nice pick off of the plat. But getting taken down immediately. Lappy getting a nice pick, a double pick.
Ooh, the
going back,
follow-up.
yeah, going back on into the zone and throwing that bomb in there. Ooh, and then a jump coming in. Ooh, but a good protection on the jump as well.
That is the I will save your life even if I go down moment. And way to go, because even then it still kind of helped them keep control. We see Mothman down at mid now. I can see how they're like getting the expo forward when you can is great, because Mothman doesn't really have too much that's going to contest him, rather than the Inkjet coming from above. And I did hear it from behind. Ballers coming in. The bubbles with the protection though.
Yeah, that was excellent timing, and that was excellent like quick thinking.
Yes, even though Mothman went down and behind, that was a really good use of the bubbles to help protect them. It's the same thing like what you can do with the custom with the Baller. In this case, the bubbles can help get the paint on zone and also protect you to help escape. Unfortunately, did get caught in behind, and now we see Neebles and members of Salted Fiction just waiting down in the office here, missiled out. They know that they're up there, and Powerpuff Squids looking to try to push them back a little bit so they can find some room in. You can see they're slowly creeping forward.
And you have Neebles kind of almost looking at that flank on the side there, really close to Nick, but you also have the Inkjet coming in with bubbles, and it was a really quick cap, but then taking it back immediately on the side of Salted Fiction. An Inkjet fight, a miniature Inkjet fight kind of happening there. Mothman trying to get the pick.
I don't know if you see this, Saf, but DC moment on the side of Powerpuff Squids. The K shot is down. I didn't see when it happened, and you know, the funny haha meme with DC moment at a LAN, right? However, I believe this is going to have to play out because I didn't notice it till late in the game. We'll have to see what happens here, but this looks like it's going to be in favor of Salted Fiction, but I'm not too sure at what time the K shot got DC'd.
Yeah, I think we saw like maybe one round of missiles there with a few seconds, and then nothing. Nothing from the side of Powerpuff Squids.
I guess we're waiting here on that as we sort through what's going on there. But yeah, what we saw both really good comeback play on the zone from both teams, where they were trying to get certain players up forward, like making sure that there was room for like Mothman to come forward with the Expo to help guide the front lines in with the extra poke that they can put down. The special combos coming out. We saw the missiles fire first, the Inkjet follows second, not both at the same time. They're coming out separately, so that way they have an idea where players are, and then they can follow up afterwards. You could see that being really well usage from Salted Fiction there.
I really loved that that bubble baller counter.
Oh, yes.
That was just excellent. That was such quick thinking, and it was just the special came at the right place and the right time. And as soon as that baller was getting close, the bubbles just came back out to ricochet back. That was excellent.
But yeah, that was a good thing. And you don't see V-Explo very often. So I applaud those who play the other variant of the weapons that aren't classified as meta, of course, as I play V-Hydra and comp in Splat 2. I know how it feels to be like, yeah, you don't see any merit in this weapon, but look at what it can do. It has its ways. If you find the way how it works, like the bubbles is an extra shield, like the baller does the same thing on the custom. It's just a different kit, and this one applies actually more paint out, and they can burst relatively quickly if you coordinate it with a team. And a lot of these off variants, their side kits, like whichever one is down, you'll find that it requires more teamwork to actually make them work properly. And you could see Mothman was trying to do that, but just got caught in behind on that one time. So Solid Fiction was able to capitalize on it, but it was a really good use on zone as to try to counter and defend at the same time.
And what you gotta like be impressed with too is that like the use of missiles, like trying to find folks that are that are
we gotta the Morbius poster. Of course someone was gonna bring that. It's and I think they want us to say the line.
So
they want us to say the line.
Devvy, say the line.
It's morbid time.
It's morbid time.
They
from
Sandusky,
just wanted that to
Ohio.
happen.
It's morbid time.
Morbid
time, everybody. I can just imagine everybody in chat is now going in all caps. It's morbid time. But yeah, so we're just waiting for this here, and I think, yeah, we're just moving on to the next map mode by the looks of things. So the next map mode is Tower Inkblot, I believe.
Tower Inkblot. This is a really good map mode combo, in my opinion. It's a fun one. It's one of my favorites. What's good about it is that the tower has a very long path through the map, which I feel can be very good in the sense that you have a lot of time to kind of try to counter and try to find like your positioning and be in a good spot. Whereas sometimes in some map mode combos with tower control, the pathway's really short, so you kind of have to like act really quick. And I feel like with Inkblot, especially with so many different vertical obstacles of various heights, it can make it like really exciting to watch.
It's like there's so much space, but yet there really isn't. There's two solid choke points, like after the first checkpoint going to the second one, where there's not a lot of space to move and not a lot of space to get up. So you either want to be like the best thing to do is to try to be as front of the tower as much as you can, to make sure that there is like to make room, make more space up in that window, secure bats. That's where you want to start triggering the special combos, and that's usually where the most action is going to happen, and I guarantee we're going to see that happen.
Absolutely.
It always happens on these map modes, and you find the craziest there's so many good stories from Tower Inkblot. I know the most memorable one
is
memoir,
Stories from Tower Inkblot.
Here we go.
By Devvy.
Tower Inkblot. I know my crew had a good one. It was actually, this is a while ago, for those who remember Ink Zeta. We had a TC Inkblot game against them, and it was in overtime, and we were just coming down to the wire, and I remember I had the hugest adrenaline rush happening during that time. The comms were going wild, and at one point we were like 1 point away, and I just start going just screaming, and we ended up coming back in that one, and it was just great. And then in one of the low inks, even where we had the double run back on TC Inkblot, I believe that had Ink Sync, and I can't remember the other team, but they ran it back and actually took the win on the second time. There's so many good moments on TC Inkblot.
I have to agree. There's so many good like little like kill montages people get, and like triples, the triple double, always like in different choke points, and just being at the right place in the right time. It's exciting for sure. I'm excited for this one.
I've had a lot of fun on it too, as my V-Hydra flank map. It seems to come in the rotation a lot whenever we're doing Hydra crimes, and it's just being the aggressive Hydra on Inkblot is absolutely hilarious.
Like, you could start a podcast, Hydra Crimes.
I mean, I already do a certain thing with it, little mini series on it. So
Love it.
that on Mondays, and then I'll edit the little videos and put it on a YouTube series whenever I can get to that. But yeah, and then I'll tell you the next version of Hydra Crimes is going to be great with all the videos.
Yes. I can't wait.
But yeah, okay, going into the Tower Ink Blot. So we saw some knots. We saw the Explo. Although from what I saw from the scrim earlier, there was a scrim on the Tower Ink Blot where Powerpuff Squids were scrimming. Mothman brought out the heavy deco. So I am waiting to see that.
We've gotten in a fight about that weapon before.
We did. We did. I was about to throw hands. Clash Blaster coming out on the side.
Heavy deco.
There it is. I called it. There's the heavy deco. Not very often that you see that, but Mothman knows what he's doing. And so the Clash Blaster and the permanent ink brush coming out from Neebles here.
Clash Blaster trying to make its way to the left stack at the moment, and you also have Neebles trying to kind of make their way from the left stack and trying to see if there's a little bit of an opening there. Clash and Neebles trying to like work together, but Mothman taking out Neebles very quickly. Mothman in a good position here to kind of see like what's going on and watching where the teammates are at. But then you also have Soren on the right stack here, like trying to get some ink coverage and kind of look around.
Oh, and it happened again.
Oh.
They're doing the good old classic DC rules where as soon as one stops playing in the first 2 minutes and 30, I believe it is, you stop playing and the redo can happen. So we're just having some issues on trying to get, I think it's...
it would seem Mothman is spinning out of control, and there is a heart being drawn on the field.
Look, Mothman's just doing the victory animation from Splat 3 for a Splatling, okay? You gotta practice for that hammer throw, but we're calling it the Splatling throw now. We got a lot of muscle as Splatling players.
Yeah. An unfortunate.
Look at the heart. Look at the heart in the corner. Yes.
It looks good.
Bravo, Brush. Bravo. You did everybody proud.
Another unfortunate disconnect on the side of Powerpuff Squids.
Which shouldn't be happening, but we're trying to fix up a few things up on the stage there. And staff is working real hard because we all know how lovely tech likes to cooperate. Technology is literally toddlers. They will constantly throw a fit. Except it's really hard to figure out what it wants to get it to work.
Yeah, right. What do you want? What do you need?
If only it could tell us. But if it could tell us, then that means technology is taking over the world.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. We're not there yet, Devvy. We're not there yet.
Yeah, let's moving on.
We don't need to talk about that yet.
So yeah, we saw the heavy deco, we saw the Clash, the ink brush. There's a lot of strategy coming into here, and I think like these players, they're definitely using what they're comfy with, and you know that they have strategy behind what they're doing. I've seen what the strategy is for Powerpuff Squids earlier, so I know what they plan to do with the bubbles. I don't want to spoil too much because I'm sure that's going to show. Not giving all those spoilers out there, but I know I spoiled the heavy deco, but that's fine. I'm not saying what its intentional purpose is.
You could feel it. You could feel that it was coming.
Yes, but yeah, the brush is probably going to come in from the side from Salted Squid sides. I saw some raise of hands. I think we got Miss Popgun locked and loaded finally. Hopefully no DC.
All right.
All right, so last time false start. Let's roll with it this time.
Yeah, this is real this time.
This is the real.
This is
now,
the real
something I also noticed from the start of the last time is where Neebles and Nick were going at the start. There were 3 members of Powerpuff Squids just waiting for them, and then Mothman got that pick. We'll see if that happens again, or if maybe they opt to do a different start. Again, early armor clashes on the stack. We see missiles coming down as well from both sides. Nick getting stuck in the corner, and right now it's quite the special battle in the neutral game.
Quite the special battle, trying to get some ink on the field. It was very green there for a second. Ooh, a good pick by Lappy, a good little 1v1, and Lappy actually taking the pick. And we are at checkpoint number 1 with Powerpuff Squids, and the map is very green, Devvy.
It is.
Very, very green.
It is. Powerpuff Squids ended up winning the initial special battle, and you can see, like I said, they want to push up. They want to get secure of these bats and windows, so that way they can actually have some room to push the tower. Armor coming out from the Ink Brush in a good time, because 3 members of Powerpuff Squids ended up going down. Salted Fiction coming back in with a very successful defense. They didn't get too far. Checkpoint 2 still has a lot of time left on it, and they've already reclaimed mid-control like it was nothing, and 1 member goes down up on the plat, I think to a bomb. I wasn't too sure. Someone was underneath that ledge, but I didn't quite see how. But look at this. Soren going right in with the Inkjet. Nebel's right behind with the brush. Missiles coming out. This is a very nice stagger special here.
You have another Inkjet coming out on the side of Powerpuff Squids, getting take out in the air, but then Nebel also going down. 3 members down on the side of Powerpuff Squids. Only a few points left, and then that's going to be the lead for Salted Fiction. Members of Powerpuff Squids kind of scramble to kind of get back on the respawn here. You have Bubbles coming out on the right side, looking towards that tower and taking 1 pick, finding that 1 pick. And then you have Nebels trying to get back up on that tower, and they are by themselves, and they make a very tactical retreat. The tower making it to 29, almost to the 3rd checkpoint.
Oh my goodness. That dodge from the Inkjet shot from 3 members of Powerpuff Squids, I was like, one of them's going to get hit, right? Nope. They just all scattered like a group of fish as they stick your finger in the water.
Yeah.
But however, they managed to come back in. Mothman stayed alive throughout the entire thing, just painted up, waited for teammates. They managed to survive the other specials to try to continue the lead, but they came back in. We see Nick on the top here. The Clash's burst, able to do like extra poke from the people down below as it takes the high ground and members following up from down below. So this is a really nice strategy here being played by Nick. Missiles are at the ready, followed by the Inkjet. Looks like that they are going to use the Inkjet. Nick able to get 1 pick. Inkjet off of Powerpuff Squids coming in. It looks like there was Inkjet fight. Clash is taking the top. I love how that looked. The Clash on one stack, the Inkjet like above the other one. It just, you could see the shots come out, and it looked so like in sync. It looked really well.
It's another one of those instances where you can tell people are communicating. People know where their players are at, and people know kind of what's going on, and very good map awareness. And it's just so impressive. It gives me goosebumps, Devvy. Like when people have like the insane map awareness and that you just know where your teammates are and what they're doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We see the missiles coming out more and more. Get it again. We're back to like a neutral game here, although Powerpuff Squids is behind. There's about 1:40 left in this game. We see the specials coming out. They want to make this big push, and it looks like they're using a few specials now. They don't really have anything to come after Salted Fiction specials, so we'll see if they manage to survive. But no, 2 get picked off on the ledge. Mothman going down on tower, 1 going down on the ledge. Lappy is forced to back up. Squeak just kind of is here behind, painting for armor, is going to, I am assuming, hold it for when the other team is going to make a push. It looks like we have the Splatling fight going down. Both of them stay neutral. However, 1 going down in the corner. 2 that's 3 down.
3 down.
This is the time that they need. This is what Powerpuff Squids needs.
Yeah, this is their push. This is going to be their push. We have Lappy kind of going up on that left side, looking for that pick, making sure that nobody's going to come down off of that ledge, making sure to secure bats and windows. Oh, taken out of Inkjet immediately, and you have 3 members of Salted Fiction coming out through that window. Bubbles going out but getting taken out. Oh, it was a close one. I think Mothman's bubbles were just a little bit too late.
What prediction reads from Salted Fiction? Like they knew by the splat bombs that were coming out from the Octo shot that the Octo shot was there. They had the special up. They read it. Soren fired the shot over top, basically where the Inkjet was going to go, splatted down the Inkjet, and then with Mothman's bubbles, they read in between the lines.
But Powerpuff Squids is back again, and they're going to make another push again here. You'd think that I thought that they only had maybe time for 1 more, but they're gonna make it work as best they can. Mothman going down though. You have the Inkjet firing at the tower, and you have Nebels trying to fight with Miss Popgun on the tower, taking Miss Popgun out, and then that is going to be game. And you have
Soren taking a swim. Someone has to take a swim at Riptide, right?
Someone taking a dunk, and the game goes to Salted Fiction.
At least it was at game over. then it didn't do too much there. But yeah, at the very end, what reads from Salted Fiction, and even at this final push that Powerpuff Squids was trying to do. You could see Mothman wanted to lead with the bubbles and tried there, but the rest of the teammates were too far behind to even follow up with the bubbles to even potentially insta-pop them, because with the Heavy Deco's bubbles, you need your teammates' extra bomb and shots along with your charge after you release the bubbles to get the insta-pop, or you're just going to use them as a shield. But what Salted Fiction did is that they saw kind of the pattern of the bubbles, like Mothman threw one to the left, one to the right. There was a big gap in the middle. The middle bubble didn't come out till the end, but by the time the middle bubble came out, Mothman was down, and the rest of Powerpuff Squids were too far behind it. I'm wondering if a stamp's going to come out here, because we got Rainmaker Manta Maria for you as game 3, and currently Salted Fiction is sitting at 2-0, so this is match point with the games being best of 5. We see the bombs coming out. Still the heavy
Bucket
deco
coming
from
out.
Mothman. Yes, bucket coming out. No hammers, but yes, the try is coming out from Squeak. It looks like the opening pop does go to Powerpuff Squid. Squeak immediately going for the flank route, but there are members there. Are they going to be able to get a pick? Yes. Squeak does take 1 for 1.
A good distraction though, taking making sure to distract two members of Salted Fiction. Miss Popgun making a good little run there at the 50 mark. And we see this Inkjet kind of like looking for the pick, and it finds the pick, right at the end. The very good one by Soren. You have Nick kind of trying to looking for a pick, and Smash looking to kind of paint around the Rainmaker, and it looks like they're just going to let the Rainmaker kind of sit and respawn back into the middle. And you have members of Powerpuff Squids trying to bust back in here, looking at the snipe. Trying to look at the snipe and looking at the right side to try to bust through, and you have 2 members down on the side of 3 members down on the side of Salted Fiction. Powerpuff Squid's doing a really good defense here.
It is a really good defense, but also just when they're using their counter specials, they're just the bombs that are being produced by Salted Fiction are coming in very much in handy here. I love what Miss Popgun's doing. I love doing that all the time. Squidding on top of the non-paintable part on the wall. It's one of my favorite things to do because it just kind of like, duck for cover.
Sometimes it goes unnoticed. Like
sometimes it does, yes.
Sometimes like it's not something that you would expect to see, and then you just your brain kind of ignores it, and you're like, oh wait, there was a person there.
The pop getting both front lines off of Powerpuff Squids, and Mothman trying to protect with the bubbles here, but again, doesn't. Ooh. It has to look 2 directions, and this is looking really solid for Salted Squids, but there is Lappy in the way. Lappy and Squeak saying, nope, nope, nope. It's just going to stay here for now. Still a really good push from Salted Fiction. Squeak here going to try to deny these jumps, but it looks like one was missed,
Close.
And Soren able to back up, kite back, use the Knots range to the advantage, and is able to survive. This is actually really risky for the Rainmaker right now. Okay,
yeah,
Mothman
I was gonna
finally
say.
able to get it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say. it was looking like we were thinking about trying to make a run for it, but it's probably good that they did a reset there. Oh. Oh no!
That is the second time I've seen that happen today. So
Nick, we salute you.
We more 07s, everybody. Smash here going on the bunker, but opting to jump out. Missiles were half charged. Squeak here does have the rain at the ready with the bomb. And looks like Soren's just going to hold mid with the range because Not can do this. Not can stall out in the middle with the range. It looks like Bubble's over there to protect the Rainmaker, just make sure nobody can grab it. Rain over bunker. This is going to be nice to help get chip damage or push a few people back. Some people below the bunker. Missiles coming out. It's back and forth here. Mothman just hiding under the grate. What a good place for cover. Oof. The Inkjet coming out. Yeah. Yeah. Lappy returning fire. Like, you want to Inkjet my backline? Well, here's my Inkjet.
Yeah, here's mine. You show me yours, I show you mine.
Miss Popgun here now with the Rainmaker going to follow in teammate Squeak here, trying to find this opening. Bucket is really strong over this ledge here. If you know that somebody's on the elbow, the Bucket can just slosh over and you can just get rid of them. But Squeak and Miss Popgun going down to the brush and the K-shot here. And look at the members. Yeah, 3 down. Look at the members of Salted Fiction just come in. That was such a unified push in and just collapse. Like, they knew, like, okay, we got this. We're fine. We can push in now. Let's go.
I think once they got 2 members down, and then they kind of realized, like, oh, we can go for that 3rd one because they're outnumbered. We outnumber them, and we're able to spawn in and get into a good point where we can do that. And lots of bombs here, taking Nick down at the almost back at the 33 mark. On the side of Salted Fiction, you have an Inkjet coming out. Lappy trying to back up to get away, gets a pick. Soren kind of trying to look for them and get that pick, and then they take them out. But a good pick also by Lappy before getting taken out by Soren. Soren coming in with their Inkjet, trying to see if they can get coverage down into that pit area and down onto the right side. But it looks like the Rainmaker's just kind of stuck in this corner. Salted Fiction's having trouble trying to just kind of get it down to that bottom floor of the ship, and Powerpuff Squids is making it really difficult for them.
Well, the good part of this is that Salted Fiction does have the lead, so having him in that corner actually makes it harder for Powerpuff Squids to move forward. So Brush in a nice spot here. It looks like Squeak managed to come around from behind here, is going for that flank pinch, is able to trade, but man, 1 point already! We're not ready for this morning. It is 2 seconds left, and I don't think Lappy can get the bomb. That's the game!
Oh!
Oh, no.
That's the best part about Rainmaker. The best part about Rainmaker is that it can change in a second, people. It can change in a second, and they were so close.
This map mode has so many 1-point memes on it. And it's not over until it's over. I was about to be like in the middle, like, yeah, there's 1 minute 20 seconds left, but really there's still like a whole entire game left. It's Rainmaker. It's Splat 2 Rainmaker. That is.
My goodness. Oh my goodness. You saw 2 members of I think it was Powerpuff Squids go down, and they picked it up, and you just see that number skyrocket almost to the 33 mark, and it just taken down at the 34, and you hate to see it, but man, you couldn't see Devvy and I, but we were
just pulling out our hair, like, you could just like but yeah, no, if Miss Popgun could have landed that drop, they would have had it. But luckily, there was enough members of Salted Fiction there to stop it just in time. Doing that drop just in midair with no cover is the hardest thing to pull off, especially in that last moment of time. That's why a lot of people opt to go around to the right with it and then go down, because they have that little wall for cover. But still, it's just the getting down part that is the hardest thing to do. And it was so close. What a game. So it ended up going well in both favor, but you can see anything can happen there, and it's always the last hurrah that for any map mode, and we saw that there with the Powerpuff Squids.
We could
that
also
they just about
see,
took it.
like near at the end there, when the Rainmaker did fall into that pit, quite literally taking a leap of faith
Yeah,
to try to get those extra points. And you could see that Lappy was right there, and they were trying to like, oh, can I do something by themselves? Like there's a lot of yellow down there, but Lappy was like, can I do something? Can I jump down there? Can it pop? And I can just pick it up really quick. And unfortunately, time was not on their side on that one. Just 2 or 3 seconds left.
And now, yeah, so we've got that round done. We just got to wait for the other groups to finish up here. So while we're waiting for them to finish.